just for a second, Warner.
Yes.
To welcome to the Imus and Wayne program, Dwight Yoakam. Good morning, Mr. Yoakam.
Good morning, Mr. Imus.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What are you, about 70 now?
It's kind of you to remember and to mention it, and even kinder to play all those inane phone messages I left you.
Well, how old are you, about 70
At
now?
my expense. I'll have to get back to you on that number. I'm going to think about it before I say.
Did you ever figure out what your phone number is?
I know what the damn phone number is. You know I know what the phone number is. It's just, I felt like I was calling a rest home at one point. You called back once, babbling on about, I don't know what number I'm calling. You gave me too many numbers. They were all good numbers. No, the first one wasn't, actually. There's my home phone and my cell are one digit off.
Yeah.
The prefix and the rest, it's a little goofy sometimes.
That's kind of like your life, one digit off, isn't it?
It's been the story of my life, actually. Yeah, it was one digit off from having a number one or a... Anyway.
What are you up to?
I just told Brian, I'm going down to do jury duty.
Well, no, I mean, are you making any movies or another record? Or?
No, they won't let me. If I keep getting called to jury duty, I can't do any. But yeah, I did a film that is probably coming out early next year. It's called Provenances of the Night.
Yeah.
It's from a novel. I shot that in the spring. It was myself, Val Kilmer, and it was going to be Faye Dunaway as her mother. Ended up not. That didn't transpire.
Why?
Interesting, just on paper. I'm not sure. I'm not at liberty to say.
You didn't try to date her, too, did you? You know what happens every time you date one of these actresses?
What?
Well,
no, I'm not sure. I can't, like a phone number, I can't remember. I can't recall. As President Reagan said, I can't recall that. No, I said I did that, and I've got, there's a Western, both of those actually, Chris Christopherson was in that one, and a Western I did called The Last Rites of Ransom Pride. So those two may come out before too long, and working on new songs. I'm writing a lot of new material, and we're, going out and doing some shows just scattered around the country. I feel really lucky, actually, given the state of things this past year, to have, folks that want to pay to see me play. So I'm going out and trying to have fun and forget about the troubles for a couple hours each night.
You know who was in here the other day was Tanya Tucker.
Oh, you know what? I saw you, that she was going to be on. I didn't see her perform.
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Well, she can still sing.
Yeah.
And then
she's good.
Pete Anderson, the guy, do you work with Pete anymore? Or does that...
No, but I think he produced this last record.
Yes, he did. So.
Because she and I bumped into each other, and I thought it'd be, I haven't heard the tracks on this. Is it good?
It's not bad.
Great.
So.
Good for them. I know they did it was a Time Life thing she was telling me she was going to do.
But it's been a long road for her, from 13 to now, from 13 years old.
Yeah, I saw her at the Ohio State Fair. I don't know, gosh, I was just out of high school in, I think, 75, or anyway, and it was pretty blazing then, and pretty great. She's been at it since she was, 13 years old?
Well, something like that, yeah. When she's old enough to be...
so to speak, in the business.
Old enough to marry Jerry Lee, so... Well, happy birthday, baby.
Right, you know what? He's still alive. You might be careful what you say about Jerry Lee.
He's become like an email friend of mine.
Really?
Yeah, because we had him on a couple of years ago. He was great.
Well, that album, the opening track on that album that they did, where Jimmy Page kicks off, is one of the great moments for me ever on an album, when they're just they left, the tape was rolling, the pre-roll before they started the song, and Jimmy riffed off on something, and Jerry Lee's got the headphones, and he said, man, that's it, it's rock and roll.
Oh, no, he's great. No,
yeah,
he's still great.
And the only guy that...
He's about your age now, isn't he?
Pardon me? I'm going to have to get back to you on the number. The only man that, according to Christopherson, when we did a tribute to the Walk the Line tribute at the Fantasia, he said, and he told Kid Rock just before Bobby went over and sang with Jerry Lee, and it lit Bobby up pretty good. He said, now, That man you're about to sing with is the only man that Johnny Cash was actually afraid of. And how ironic is he's of that $1 Million Quartet the only survivor? Who would have thought that?
You know, I was talking to him. I asked him about that famous photograph, which him, Carl Perkins, and Johnny, and they're looking over the shoulder of Elvis sitting at the piano. And I asked Jerry, I said, did you wonder why Elvis was sitting at the piano? He said, yeah, I did. And he said, I asked Elvis, and Elvis looked up and said, anybody can play the piano. All right, man. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, Dwight.
I'll talk to you soon. And congratulations on everything.